Oh, hello. Here we are again. So, it's been a while. Certainly haven't done a talky one for a while, so I thought to sum up the sort of end of the year, and it has been almost a year to the day since we started making these silly out in the wood videos and publishing them on the old YouTube. So yeah, happy anniversary to me and to you guys, especially those that started picking on them right at the beginning. Yeah, it's been fun stuff. Yeah, so 2014. Plenty of time to get out in the woods. Had some very good overnighters, as well as sort of like breakfast walks, evening meets and such like. It's been good. Yeah, had the pleasure, as usual, like in most years, you meet lots of fantastic new people. But no, this year in particular, I'd say 2 or 3 people who I've only met since January this year. Absolutely smashing friends, who I would hope I'll be able to call friends for life. I'm sure you know who you are. Al Calder, Zeddy boy. In fact, this coming Saturday, Zed, Steve and I are actually doing an overnighter, which is going to be fun. So the weather has taken a very wintry turn. Apparently tonight we're going to get a weather bomb. High winds and rain and such like. We're down in the southeast of England, so we're not going to get the worst of it, but we always seem to get a bit of the tail end of it, and because we're not geared up for it, obviously, we get it worse. Nail varnish remover. Tip from Mo there. Thank you ever so much for that, Mo, and if you're watching, the faults are with you, mate. I know you've had some sad times, and that comes from my heart. It's tough, mate. It's tough, but you're a good, true gentleman. Yeah, you'll know how to survive through it. Right, so nail varnish remover takes a spark really well. He says. There we go. A little bit extra around the stove, that just primes it up. One of the ways that these work is actually the thermal dynamics of the metal. So you always want to get a bit around the outside to get that metal warmed up. All I'm going to do is make myself a cup of coffee here. Yeah, so met some, in fact, we'll make ourselves a bit of a windbreak here. Yeah, so yeah, lots of time out. Done a week in March out in Essex. My good friend Phil from Australia came over to join us. Again, that was Steve, Zed, Steve Palmer, Les Davidson. We had a absolute corker of a week there, and yeah, it's been a funny year since then. That sort of like opened up all sorts of other discussion points, which are still ongoing now, which you have to look at with humour, and you have to just bite the bullet and say, well, might be a clever bastard, but there's certain things that are out of my control from here on in, and just let the powers that be do what they want to do, and you just think yourself lucky you've got your health and your family and a roof over your head, I guess. Yeah, this is, I don't know whether you've seen these stoves before, little Vargo titanium number. Stands on its own, little titanium cup, and look at that, Ted, once it's primed, that will just stand right over the top. Make sure we can get the windbreak round there. I'm just going to make myself a cup of coffee. Don't put your fuel too close. Yeah. Lots of time out with the gorgeous Mrs. Hollier. Which the surprising thing about Mrs. Hollier is she always prefers to come out in the winter rather than the summer. But we did in November, if you saw the video, with her and a close friend of ours, Tracy, who's just getting into camping and doing that sort of stuff as her children are just sort of like flying the nest and above school age. She's looking for other things to do, and yeah, an absolute scream that was. Yeah, we did the midsummer thing again with another couple of ladies who I think we'll probably be lifelong connections with. These are all people in and around Essex as well, by the way, who before I started networking on Facebook about all this sort of stuff, I was travelling far and wide. Yes, often came to my local woods just with a couple of mates, but it wasn't really to do anything really proper bushcrafting. It was more to sit around a campfire, have some drinks, catch up and chill out, but not a lot of bushcrafting done, but there you go. As you can see, for 2014, as I went over age 50, I was going to chuck in the smoking. Yep, I succeeded in failing on that one. But hey ho, hey ho. I could be a heroin addict, I suppose that would be worse. What else can we tell you about this year? Yeah, so views on the hence why I need to give up smoking. Yeah, views on the YouTube channel, 7,000. I don't really go out of my way to over promote it, although it is a bit of an ego boost. Obviously, the more numbers you get, the more likes, the more subscriptions. So yeah, if you do like mine and look at the back history, you know, they're all down the side there, and press the subscribe button wherever it is, up there, and press like and put your comments and all that sort of stuff. I don't do an awful lot of that. I think that's a bit like, you know, waste of people's time, but the marketing boys say do it, that's what works. So yeah, but as you see, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just do stuff. I use all different stoves. I've probably got just about every stove that's been made on the market, and I like to play about with them every now and again. When I'm just out for a little walk like this, all I'm wanting to do really is just have a little brew, just have a little chill, have a look around, see if I can spot the deer, watch the squirrels foraging. They actually did get fat about a month ago, but I've noticed they've started losing weight, so they're obviously already, with now the winter's snapped in, using up a little bit of their fat reserves. But no, sort of beginning of November time, some of them were actually struggling to scurry up the trees. They were so bloody fat and heavy. But I guess that's the time where all the nuts are out, and that's when they're good. Yeah, all good stuff. So yeah, did a canoe thing in August with Stansfield and Calder, and we were joined by Andy, who we laughingly call my father-in-law, but he's only a couple of years older than me. That's a long story. But he's quite an experienced canoeist. He's been doing it for a few years now, and he's got all the kit, like this lovely, sleek, long canoe. Again, if you watch the video, you'll see. I think he's stroked about once to probably about every 20 of our strokes. 3 fat blokes in this 2-man bloody canoe where the water was about an inch just below coming over the side, which is quite funny. We clipped him, we put him in. That was a funny old time. But no, we picked up a few new tricks on bushcrafting, firelighting, and for those that were interested, learnt a couple of new knots. I'm not really a knotty person. I've got a couple that I use and I just stick with, and they do me. But you know, I'm not your Boy Scouty. I'm not like one of these who's your purist and has to do it in the proper way all the time. If it works for the moment, it's fine. Although saying that, we were out a couple of weeks ago and we knew we was going to have a deluge and some high winds, and yep, one of the sides of my tarp come undone and I was still asleep, so that was flapping away up against me, which got me a little bit moist. Wasn't too bad at all. But yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm supposed to do a 30-second advert for my my YouTube channel, so let's have a little go at that. Well, coffee's done. Done. Think about these titanium ones as opposed to the Trangias. I've cooled down quickly. Look, that's easily cool enough to the touch. Cheers, guys. Right, let's think of a little advert for the YouTube channel. If you like seeing the guy just bumbling around the woods with various guests, I get up to all different things, different ways of lighting fires, different bits of cooking, maybe do some shelter building, show you some ideas of stuff. More than willing to do kit reviews. Please watch my videos, enjoy, write your comments. If there's anything in particular you want to see, I'm sure if I don't know how to do it, I can easily learn and demonstrate. I'm not a teacher. I don't profess to be a teacher. I've never had any ambition to be a bushcraft instructor or anything. I certainly show people like plenty of stuff, but it's more sort of campcraft, I would say, that I know rather than bushcraft. But I enjoy watching everyone else's, and I enjoy picking up on the stuff. So yeah, cheers. Nothing can't beat a cup of coffee. Listen to the crows flying over.